everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here because this is part number 2. We're going to put together one of these cutie patooties embellishment book from using the KSCRAFT tote. Or this one is from the March release. Went ahead and cut everything out so I could put one together with you. So let me put these aside. I hope that you did go over and watch the first part. I showed you in detail, but this is going to have more detail. This video here is going to show you how I put one of these together. I hope that you guys, if you make one of these, you could tag me so I could see it. And or I hope that you guys got inspiration for your project that you're making. Let me get started. So let me show you. I'm using the Carousel Maggie Home Carousel collection. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out everything that I already cut out. Now, if you saw the previous video, I cut out this embellishment to place it on my my bows, my packaging for my bows. So let me grab my bows real quick. So here are my bows. So on my previous video, I told you that I used the KSCRAFT bow, and I will link everything down below for the bows and the tote itself from KSCRAFT. So you guys, if you're interested, you could go and pick it up on AliExpress or Amazon. They might be available on Amazon. So this star is my bow package. Look a little cuter, and so all I did is added some foam circles to the back and just placed it right here. So all this is just ready to be placed in my little tote. So let me put this aside. Also, for my balloons, I made this little paper clip here that the recipient can take off. And this is part of the swap. This is one of the store-bought items, which are the balloons here. So the person can reuse this part here. How cute is this? So I'm just showing you the little bits and pieces that I made. Now this will be the decoration for the box, and we're gonna make the box right now. We're gonna start off with that, and I'm gonna add my decorations here. This is from a die that I have in my stash. I don't remember where I bought it from. It's been in my stash for a while, but I'm pretty sure that there are nested dies that you can buy. This one's have a stitching all around. Looks super cute. So let me place my star to the side. Also, this one is my belly band for the first page in my book, and I have already decorated those and to get them ready. This is my backing piece for my back toppers, which you guys are gonna see right now. Let me just go ahead and place them on there so you guys can have an idea how I package my goodies. And so let me add some of my little sticky dots on here. These are removable, so let me add one here. And normally when I do my swaps, I kind of don't go into details of how I put my stuff together or my swap together. All I do is kind of just show it off. But for this video, or the purposes of this video, I just want to show you the little things that I do to make my swap kind of special for the recipient, and for the recipient to have fun, you know, opening the swap. Now, inside of this envelope, which by the way, this envelope is from Daiso, and I've had it in my drawers forever. I have a couple of colors, but this one stood out with the back toppers. I'm using the back top this as a backing for my back toppers. And inside here, the recipient can open it. There are die cuts and some tickets and some stuff inside of this little envelope, and if the recipient wants to use it for a journal or for to regift it, it's up to the recipient. So let me add the other back topper that I have here. You guys already seen it. I've showed it, and I'm gonna add the little sticky dots. Oh, beautiful! Look at that. I mean, how cute is that? And for this one here, I did make these little clips here for my wood pieces. I have a whole bunch of these stars, and I went ahead and I added stripes to it and a rose there. So when I add it to my cellophane bag, this will be outside of the cellophane bag just to give it a little bit more, and then the recipient can add it to a journal or add it to, you know, one of the projects, a carousel project, or, you know, carousel frame, or whatever they want to add it to. So so this is the back topper. Let me add it to the side. Okay, so let's get started on my project here. Now this one is, as I mentioned on the previous video, it is the KSCRAFT tote. And what I did is I cut out two of the largest background pieces. These will be my front cover and my back cover, so you need to die cut two. This is 110-pound cardstock. I also die cut two pieces that will go on the front. I already added my ribbon here to the back. I did stitch all around. They're ready to be placed on my covers. So one for the back and then one for the front. So a total of two of the large piece, which let me show you the die itself. So the die comes with the largest one, which is this. Remember that this one is the one that you add for your backing, and it does not have any stitching. So the second one that has stitching onto it, that it will be your matting piece. So that is the one where I added my ribbon to. I die cut 4 of these. So one for the front cover, one for the back, and then I die cut one for the inside of my book, but I did not stitch them because, guys, I ran out of time and I didn't have time to stitch all 6 of these. And I cut out 2 circles here in gold. And I'm going to show you how I made this here, which is the spine with the carousel paper. And then this is the inside piece for the spine here. And then this piece is the side piece for my pocket. This is for the other side of the pocket. And then I have this little piece for the bottom of my box. And then I also have a gold piece that I need to place on the side. So let's get started on this box here. Now, I'm going to add the measurements on here on the screen somewhere so you guys can have a reference, or you could pause the video and just write them down. This page here measures 7 3/4 by 6 1/2, okay? So 7 by 6 1/2. So on here, on the 6 1/2 side, you're going to grab your scoreboard and you're going to score on the 1 1/4 line, okay? So 1 inch and 1/4 you score, and then you're going to score again at 5 1/4. So just 2 times on the 6 1/2 side. Then on the 7 3/4, you're going to just score on the 3 by 1/4 and the 4 1/2, and then you're done. You're done scoring, okay? So let's go ahead and burnish. I'm not going to use my bone folder. I really don't need it because I'm going to cut my lines here. All right, so it's already folded and ready to be cut. So all I do here is I'm just going to cut this way here. And then I'm just going to take a little bit off. I don't have to take a whole bunch, just miter a little bit the corner. And just go up to that first line here. And all I'm making is a box for the inside of my embellishment book, or my embellishment box. My embellishment book box. Yeah. I mean, you could do this with any of your dies that are purses or totes or any of that, that we have in our stash. So all we do is super simple, guys. All we're going to do is just glue the sides together here and close it up, and there you have the little box here. So let me go ahead and use my glue here. So for parts of this video, I'll be mostly gluing my project together. I will time lapse it just so you guys won't get super bored. There we have one side. Let's do the other side. Nice and even. And there we have the box here. Now, you can erase this, but you will be able to cover it with the matting pieces. So let's go ahead and put the box together. I'm going to show you how I did this one here. Now, this piece, this piece here, 4 1/8 by 4 3/8. Okay, now this one here, it will be a square piece when you cut it out. This one has a little trick, and it's super easy, guys. We will not overthink anything. We're just gonna do it according to how I'm gonna try to explain it to you. So when you cut out your square piece, you're gonna align your die like this. The straight part of your die is gonna go right on top. See this straight part here. All you're gonna do is you're gonna draw a line diagonal. So that's all I did. So I just lined up my die on the top, and as you see, I traced around the corner of this die here, and then I cut it. Okay, I cut it out, and then I cut it with my scissors, and then I went ahead and I did the same thing on the other side of, remember, this is a square piece. So all you're going to be doing is you're going to be lining up your die on the top with the straight edge part here, and you're tracing it down diagonally like that. And then you're going to grab your scissors, you're going to cut those pieces off. Okay, and then have your scoreboard, and since it's already diagonal, you are going to align this part of your page, your paper, with the scoreboard, and you're going to just score at 1.5. And then your same thing on this side, you're going to align it to the straight side, and then you're going to score it at 1.5, and then you have this little piece here. It's super, super, super easy, guys. Just stick to the measurements, 4 1/8 by 4 3/8, and you're going to be able to make this spine here. Now for the matting pieces, all you do is put out these little matting pieces for our projects, and all I do is just lay it down, trace it around on a piece of paper, and then you just cut it out. And if you want to use, these are straight edges, so if you want to use your guillotine, you could go ahead and use it. Your cutting boards or anything to do to have a straight edge, all you have to do is take off 1/8 of an inch, and you're good for your matting piece. It's super simple, like I said, no overcomplicating, just kind of, it's a little common sense, and then you just add your little matting piece on there, as you see here. So let's go ahead and put this cutie together, and let me put everything aside. Now we already have our little box here. So let's put this baby together while I talk to you guys on how these projects are so fun-filled for me, and I just have a blast putting them together. So what I'm gonna do here is just add some adhesive, or I could add some of the adhesive, the tape one. I add the wet glue because it gives me time. You guys know that if you follow me and you know about my channel, I want to have that room or that cushion on being able to make my project straight. Try to make it as straight as I can. So that's all I do. So see how it aligns perfectly there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. But first, let me burnish it here. Same thing on the second, for the second piece, which is the backing piece for my embellishment book here. Super quick, super easy. And there we have already our cover, and let's go ahead and add our little box here. First, let's add the matting pieces for the inside, and I'm going to add this piece here for the inside. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then this one is the one here in the backing piece. This paper here is from my paper pad that I've been using for my Maggie Home stash, because I have some of the Bloom collection, and I am using it with all my Maggie Homes paper collections, because it has the bows, it has the colors, the bright colors. So I want to go ahead and use up my 12 by 12 Bloom pad collection from Maggie Homes. I do have another set on the side. So using up one, it's not really going to make a dent. I still have more Maggie Holmes, and I want to be able to use it this year for my spring projects or summer projects, and use them with like mesh them together and just use them up for, you know, so I could get rid of some of my paper, my stash, and make room, guys. I have to make room. So here we have and I'm going to do is I'm going to add my box, and what I'm going to do is just add it all the way to the bottom, flush to the bottom. I'm going to leave a little bit of room. Now remember, this does have an angle, so I want to align it as best as I can straight from the bottom part. Okay, so let me add my glue here. And just add my box. Right now it looks a little flimsy, but when I add my pieces, my matting pieces, it's going to make it a little sturdier. So let me go ahead and make sure that I have it adhered properly right there. It's already looking cute, as you see. Look at that, how pretty. My matting pieces for the box here, so it will be I'm working from the inside to the outside. So I have my piece here that I'm gonna add to the back here. Add some glue. Gotta make sure my piece paper fits, because sometimes, you know, I grab the wrong piece of paper and then I glue it down and I'm like, oh no, that's too small or that's too large. So always measure before you adhere your piece of paper or your matting piece. So here we have this piece here, and it looks so cute. I love this Maggie Holmes paper here. How cute, look at that. Okay, just make sure. You can add these pieces beforehand. Then let me add this piece here that goes here. I think it would have been smarter to add these matting pieces before I added the box to the inside of my embellishment book, or my embellishment box here. Sometimes your brain, well, at least my brain works backwards, guys. So let me just add the bottom piece to my box here. Just making sure my everything's adhered. So let me add my bottom piece little by little. You know how it's coming together. It's looking cute, guys. Look at that. And here I'm going to add this piece here, which is the beautiful glittery cardstock I have, just to give it that pop onto the front of this beautiful little box. It just makes a difference, you know, adding a piece of gold glitter there. It just makes it pop. And look at this cuteness. Look how cute it's already looking. And so let's go ahead, before I add the inside decoration, which I have right here. Let's add the front. And so for the front, we're going to add our front page, but I'm my silicone glue here because I do have fabric, or this ribbon here, and I want to make sure it is adhered permanently to my book so it won't fall off. You could use your Fabri-Tac if you have any. So I have lots of silicone glue and I need to use it up, so this is the perfect time that I can add it to a project. There it is. See? So cute. I love, love, love it. I love the zebra. Beautiful. I love it. And I'm going to add the spine. So I hope you guys are crafting along with me. And if you do make this project, tag me. I do want to see it. And it's just perfect for holding little embellishments. And I wanted to have a part 2 for the project, because sometimes I do get requests on tutorials, and I don't do that many tutorials because it does take time, guys. It does take time out of your, you know, busy day. So, but this one, I enjoyed it so much because you guys know that I love me my carousel. And so this one is the back cover matting piece. I'm trying to rush here, guys, because it's getting a little late here where I'm the time that I'm recording this video. It's getting late and I'm losing light. I'm losing light. So usually I record my videos during the time where there is light outside. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and add the back. How super pretty is this paper? Just kind of goes with the black and white of the carousel. Now here, let me add some seam binding. I have two colors here. I have the blue and I have the pink one. This one was gifted to me by my friend niece. She solo crafts, and she was so gracious, and she made it. Actually, it's made by her. She dyed it herself and she gifted it to me, and I appreciate it so much because I'm using it. She made it for me for a carousel swap that we both were part of. We add the pink one on top. I always like adding two colors. So I'm going to go ahead and add this one here on the top. And it already has glue there, so I'm just going to press down and hope that it doesn't need any more glue. Okay, there we have it. The silicone glue is super, super powerful. And I love it. So let me just cut off my seam binding right there. Add this to my drawer. And then there you have the seam binding. Now I'm going to let this dry because I don't want it to stick to the project. So I have to let this dry here. All right. So here we have the back and the front. So let's go ahead and add a little circles or handles here. And they add just that extra beauty. I mean, you guys know I love the glitter cardstock, and it could be gold, it could be pink, it could be blue, whatever color glitter, but it's glittery, shiny, and it gives that shimmer onto your project. I love it. So let me add my handle here. I don't know, it's just, I love how it looks. It reminds me of like the 80s when used to have those bags, those summer bags, the big, or I think they came out in the 60s or the 70s. I don't know. But yeah, I remember my mom having one and the handles were like plastic. I think they came back in fashion, and they're out there somewhere. I don't know, guys. Let me know. Do you have one? Do you own one? I think they came back in fashion a couple of years back. So let me add the second one, the one in the back. Now I did stitch on the handle, but it's okay. It's okay to cover it. You know, you still see the stitching on the side of it. It's so okay. I was going to stitch on here, but I was like, no, it's too much work, guys. It's too much work. You know, your girl has a busy life. So let's add the star here. Now on my other projects, you cannot see it all that good. Like for example, this completed one here. Let's see. You see this, it does have a little shaker star there. You can kind of see it with the layering, but overall it is there, and it does make a difference when it comes to the layering onto your project. So what I am going to do is just going to look for a place for it so it could kind of, and then I'm going to glue this down with some adhesive. Glue it all the way to the top of my project right there. Okay, I'm gonna have to hold it a little bit, so I'll be back. Our star, and then we're gonna go ahead and add our little decorative piece. Now here I added some foam. I went ahead and I added some of this trim that I grabbed from Walmart. I did stitch the little flag here, the little, you can kind of not see it, but in the details, you know, you kind of see it in person. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add it here with my glue gun. Yes, I am covering the star, but you guys know that I cover my stuff. I cover my shakers, you know. A lot of people don't like covering the star, but for me, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I just want to know that the shaker is there, and you'll be able to see it if you kind of move the project around. It's just kind of to give it a texture, or not a texture, height to it, and detail. So yeah, so I added a little bit of glue there, and there you have that part there. So starting to look like this other piece. Look how cute. So all these projects are different because I used the different stickers. These stickers are from Hobby Lobby, and I went ahead and I used it since it is a carousel theme. Now let me go ahead and get the bow. Okay, so here I have my bow. Now for this bow, I'm going to put it right above here. I'm going to add some of the hot glue right about here and here. And this is the part that's a little tricky. I got to make it as straight as I can. Okay, I think right there. I get a lot of glue on my fingers. Let me rub it off. So between the this glue and the hot glue, I get a lot of glue on my hands. So if you see me taking it off, it's because that's the reality of things, guys. That's the reality. So I am gonna add right here a door knockers. So all I'm gonna do is just make a hole, and I'm gonna show you right now. Make a hole, and then I'm gonna add one of these bows. All you do is you grab your crocodile and kind of eyeball it and just make just a little hole there. You grab your door knocker piece. These are from Amazon, guys, so just add it in there. They're not going to see it. I went ahead for my project. I just added a piece of trim right here, border, and I'm going to add it right now so you guys can see to cover that piece there. And so here I'm going to add my bow on the top here so it can look super cute. Have my bow. Oop. So and there you have the little bow there. So pretty. And then of course I had my little dangle here, and you add it right there. Have your dangle and you add it there. How cute is that? So let me add the decorations inside. Just added with my hot glue, added my little piece of trim here. Super pretty trim that I have in my stash. And just to cover that, I mean, you can always cover your mistakes, guys, but I didn't place it. I should have placed it under here, but you know what? It's never too late to add cuteness to your project. And actually, it does need a little bit of texture inside to kind of make it look cute. So let's go ahead and add our decorations inside. Look how cute. So I made this already. It's ready to be placed on my project, and just add, you know, some glue. Now, this project was inspired by one of the Scrap Diva design dies. It's just that I wanted to use this tote from KSCRAFT, and now she did come out with a larger box embellishment book, and so this one was inspired by that die there. So just added my little cute embellishment there, and then let me add my belly band on here so I can add my shaker. So just gonna go ahead and add some more of my hot glue right here. Some on this side, some on that side. Just add it as straight as I can. Okay, there you have the belly band right there. How cute! Look at that. How cute is that? Just can't. And then let me add my little gift on here. I think it's already dry. Then my box. You guys saw my bows. I'm gonna tie it with my Okay, stay there. I'm gonna tie it with my seam binding here. So I hope this made sense for you and you got kind of an idea of how I embellish my items and I put my items together. Everyone does different. Everyone makes their own type of projects differently. But, you know, this is my take on it, and it might not be everyone's, you know, cup of tea, but this is how I put my items together, and I think about, you know, packaging my little trinkets and such. And so let me just add my shaker here to my pocket there. See how beautiful? It's just super cute. And then my back topper that at the beginning we put together, and you just add it there with the little sticky dots. Just put it in there. And then of course I have the shaker that I showed you guys on the previous video that I'm gonna add right in there to my little shaker. And then I'm just gonna use my little bags, little cello bags, and then add them to the inside here. So my book is basically done. I just have to add little embellishments here and there. I have to add my little bow there from Hobby Lobby. Actually, let me do that before I forget. So here's the bow here. They're from the Paper Studio. And they're super perfect because if you guys know, Maggie Holmes always has a ton of bows. So I'm just going to add my little, a little bit of this hot glue. Add it there. Just look how cute that looks. All right. And then let's close this baby up. She is done and she is ready to be added with the other two, with her other two sisters. Let me go get her sisters so we could take a group shot right now together on this video. Oh my gosh, they turned out so pretty, and I love using my stash. And as you guys saw in my previous video, I already have the cards ready. So let me grab the sisters. So this is, you know, thing number 1. And then we have thing number 2. Super pretty. And then we have thing number 3. And they are so beautiful. Let me go ahead and zoom out a little bit. Oh, so cute. Pretty. I love it. Okay. So guys, if you were inspired today, go ahead and, you know, subscribe and leave me a comment. And let me know if you will be making this project, and if you will, just go ahead and tag me. Also, I will link Craft Purge, which is Toni, down below her channel, so you guys can go over and watch what everyone else made. And I hope that you have a lovely day, and I will talk to you on the next video. Bye.